Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. I feel like I don't know.
Like welcome back to school, or welcome back to where?
Welcome back to the place where you feel safest.
Mm.
In the movie men embrace, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's a terrifying thought, but appropriate.
Yeah.
Appropriately terrifying.
Well,
no?
Because of the genre we picked this week.
Yeah, romance.
Right. Romantic horror.
Yeah, terrifying. That'd be a great genre. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think it exists. There's that Pride and Prejudice and zombies.
My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, there you go. Quick housekeeping. What do we got?
Oh, so quick. Okay, so please like, follow, subscribe across all our various platforms if you haven't already.
For the love of God.
Please, social media, that's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Support us on Patreon. You can listen on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, and we just recently added a couple more, did we not, Brady? Where else can we listen? Pretty much you can listen everywhere.
Everywhere. We're on Stitcher, we're on TuneIn, we're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iTunes.
We're on your grandpa's radio.
We are. Yeah. But that's because we broke into his house and installed that little device. And I mean, Patreon, on the topic of Patreon is epic. Patreon is absolutely the way to go. Check out the link down below. For $1, one measly dollar a month, which is like 1/15 of a Starbucks coffee. You get like 2.5 hours of bonus content every month. And there's a couple other tiers, and I mean, the prizes and rewards just kind of get better from there.
Yeah.
So
check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
One more piece of housekeeping.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, it's about the episode.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah.
We're not alone in this universe.
Wait, what?
We're not. Yeah. Someone's been on the line with us this whole time, Brady.
I specifically included in my rider.
Yeah.
No brown M&Ms. And no third part. I was about to say threesome, but I don't mean, like, I feel like threesome
has a negative connotation.
I feel like threesome's one of those things. The word threesome is one of those things that is always assumed to be sexual now.
Right.
When really it's not, like, from a vocabulary standpoint, you know, you could have like if three people go to the movies together, you know, they went to the theater as a threesome.
Right.
Anyways, hey Matt.
Yeah, hey. We've got Matt joining us this week.
Yeah, long time sufferer of the show.
Yeah.
I think.
Listener.
Do you listen? Do you listen to the show?
No, it's great to hear you. Great to be on the show. I listen to you guys almost every week. Almost.
Thanks, man.
It's hard to cut out an hour or an hour and 40 minutes out of my day to listen to you guys when I got like school and work and life going on. So
that's fair.
I appreciate you guys having me on the show. Big fan.
Hold the phone, Matt. I'm in school as well, and I make the show. So let's just, you know.
Hey, we're not here to guilt. We're not here to guilt trip people. But while we're on that subject, just kidding. No, we're not.
So we did a vote this week.
Yeah, and the genre was horror. Yeah,
which I was dead set against, but Pete twisted my arm.
That's not even remotely true. Brady twisted my arm, and I've been putting this off for months.
Can I really quickly, before we get into what the options are, I just want to preface my relationship with horror.
Sure.
Preface is not the right word, but I said it and I'm sticking with it.
Sure.
I'm by no means is horror my favorite genre. By no means do I love horror movies. But I do like I think there can be something, there's a fun element of being scared. If it's not genuine, actual, life-threatening fear.
Oh, for sure.
So being able to sit down for an hour and a half and experience a emotion, experience a sensation that you don't always experience in a completely harmless manner, I think is really fascinating. Also, my argument for horror was basically, look, you hate horror. Is that fair? Is it fair to say you hate horror movies?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where I stand. After watching these two movies, I kind of enjoyed myself, but that's beside the point. So I'm not really sure.
Why did you enjoy yourself?
We'll get into that later. I'm not so sure if it was about the movies, but
but
I'm not. Yeah,
so,
I'm not.
So you don't love them. I'm not. I enjoy them, but I'm not. You know, whatever. I'm not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs about them.
Right.
But really, I like I just said to you, I said it came down to a business standpoint.
Yeah.
We can't be the movie men and go, well, we're just going to tiptoe around genres that,
We're not going to tip through the... Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
There it is.
Did there.
Yeah, okay. So we did horror.
Yeah. So
we put out 4 options as per usual, and this time they were like some of the options were neck and neck.
Oh yeah.
Like it was kind of a photo finish.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
And I'm impressed.
So one was I forget which was Matt's, if it was Insidious or Paranormal Activity, but
I just picked. I just said like I will watch them all.
Right.
Except for
Orphan.
Right.
Orphan. What a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, so Orphan was an option. Paranormal Activity was an option.
Right.
Insidious was an
Fourth
option.
Kind.
Yep. And The Fourth Kind was an option.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I had seen all of them except for Orphan, but the consensus is I'm not really missing out on much.
Right.
So that's cool. So you guys voted, and
yes, yeah,
and
Insidious came out just ahead, just a little ahead,
just a hair. Yeah. Which I'm excited for. I really like Insidious.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's super scary.
So I'm just going to get into this now because Matt and I watched them like remotely together. Right. And I saw Insidious #1 in the theaters the first time, like with 100 people in the same room, and I nearly peed myself. I was so terrified. But then I watched 1 and 2, and it's probably just because I was watching it with Matt, and like I've never laughed so hard in my life. But I didn't find them nearly as fun, like as scary at all. So I'm not sure if it was the Matt effect or just from like I've seen this, like knowing the premise of the movie, or maybe they've not aged well. I don't know. Yeah,
I would say there are freaky moments.
Sure.
Like in the first one, when Elise has the gas mask on, and that scene, and the lights are flashing and all that stuff.
Right.
That's a spooky scene.
Sure. She looked like an elephant.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
yeah.
Oh, it's an elephant lady.
There are some jump scares.
Yes.
Like any time.
It's every horror movie.
But the jump scares are like throwing a hammer on a piano and be like, haha, surprise, got you. You're scared.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's not
the cheap tactics.
So hang on. So I guess before we get any further, it's worth saying we're doing something a little bit different.
Sure. We are.
So you guys voted for Insidious. However, Pete had not seen Insidious Chapter 2.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I said to Pete, really? Insidious Chapter 2, and these were my exact words, and I think I stand by this.
Sure.
Insidious Chapter 2 is not the best movie that is a sequel. Of all the sequels out there, Insidious Chapter 2 is not the best sequel.
Right.
But I will say that of all the sequels out there, Insidious Chapter 2 quite possibly does the best job at servicing its predecessor, of taking what came before it and not only continuing it, but improves it, like builds up on it, and really, like, there's some stupid genius writing that happens in the last 45 minutes of the second Insidious movie. So anyways, all of that is to say we're going to do both. We watched both. Yeah. We're going to review both. Yeah. We're going to review both as if they are two parts of one story.
So Matt, something that's been burning in my mind, I'm quite curious. So what did you think about this story? And we'll include like movie 1 and movie 2. What did you think about it? Yay or nay? But also, like, were you ever, or have you ever been scared while watching these movies? Because it seems that any horror movie I've ever watched with you, you're like literally laughing and just not even like phased by it. So I'm just curious about your mindset. So what are you thinking?
That's a very accurate description of like of how I watch horror movies. Right. I loved Insidious 1 and 2. Haven't really watched them since their release dates, 2010 and 2013 respectively. The first one I really enjoy just because it is a bit it does have a couple of jump scares in there, and it's which kind of startled me. The first time watching it, I wasn't scared at all, but this time watching it with you, when they dropped the hammer on the piano, like I physically jumped, even though like you were still laughing because I just like cracked a joke or something. I'm like, hey, look at that nice vase, and you're like, that's the lady's face. I don't know, but and then the second one, it wasn't. I don't feel like it was scary per se, or it didn't have any like jump scares. They had like the rusty piano sound trick, whatever. But yeah, I don't know if that answers your question,
Matt.
It does.
Matt, would
what
you?
Was the second part? Do I ever get scared at scary movies? Was that one?
Do you?
Yeah. Do you?
Paranormal Activity messed me up for like a week.
Yeah. So I actually
was like.
I actually want to talk about that in this week's. We'll talk about it in the bonus episode. Sure. But brief preview of that. Paranormal Activity was the first horror movie I saw in the theaters that I did not sleep that night. I sat in my room with the light on.
Yeah.
Oh
man. And panicked.
Yeah.
And part of that, Paranormal Activity was kind of the first. It was before the found footage genre got oversaturated.
Yes.
And it was kind of the first real found footage film since Blair Witch. And Blair Witch was long enough ago that it wasn't on everybody's radar. And so and just the way that Paranormal Activity was marketed and the way that it's edited together, as far as there's not really credits. There's not really fanfare at the beginning. Like there's no indicators of, this is a movie. And so it was probably 48 hours after seeing Paranormal Activity in the theater until I realized or discovered online that wasn't real. So that's what messed me up was that I, because again, there's nothing, if you do believe in the paranormal to whatever, or supernatural to whatever extent, there's nothing, like there's no hovering, and there's no spinning of heads, and there's no, like, everything in that felt plausible.
Right.
A door slamming shut, stuff like that, getting dragged down the hallway, but it was all done so well, and without the use of CGI, and without the, like, it was just.
And I think also, like, it probably varies person to person, but kind of like what you're talking about, like, if certain aspects of a scary movie align with our worldviews, whatever they may be. So whether we believe in the paranormal or not, if that movie, like if we believe that it's believable, then it's terrifying. Like you're saying, like it took you a while to actually realize, like, no, this is not real, but it was so darn close that it was terrifying to you.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can I? No, yeah, Pete, you're like hitting the nail on the head. There's a difference between like horror movies and like the words like horror and terror, and like horror is like it's like more in your face. Like Insidious is like more in your face. Conjuring is more in your face, kind of like these are the threats. Like they're physical, like you can hear, they're audible, they're tangible. Whereas like terror, as in like paranormal activity, like it's you don't really see anything. Everything's like done so subtly, and so like it's like almost like an invisible force. You can't reach out and grab it, but it can grab you, which is terrifying.
Right.
So I'm going to go on a bit of a rabbit trail here and talk about Insidious.
Yeah. And sorry, Brady, before you do that,
yes.
Did you say yay or nay if you liked them or not?
I love the first two.
You love them. Okay.
Again, not like oh, these are really scary. I just love. I think they're well made. I think they use an interesting style. I think some of the acting in the first one is a little goofy at times. At the beginning of I don't really buy the family dynamic kind of at the beginning.
Sure.
Especially, and I would challenge you to go back and watch this.
Sure.
Patrick Wilson, the guy that plays Josh.
Yep.
His reaction, his response, his interaction with Dalton in the attic when Dalton falls off the ladder.
Okay.
Is got to be some of the worst acting I've ever. Like, it's so bad. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like he goes from, like, and I'm paraphrasing here. I don't remember the line, but it's like, what are you doing? Why would you be up on that? Are you okay? Are you like it's and like in that tone? Like it's just so
What are you doing? Why are you up on that? Are you okay?
It's got teleprompter written all over it. Like it's very that's what it said on the page, Patrick. Right. Good job.
My question is, what was Dalton screaming at in the first place? Like the movie never really resolved that or looked at it.
Right.
My guess would be at this point things are already in the house.
Sure.
And maybe he didn't see something, but maybe something passed through him, or maybe something like maybe there was something that just left him feeling ooey gooey inside. Matt, my question for you, Matt, like you said you don't necessarily find the second one as scary as the first one, and I think I would tend to agree.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, do you think it's fair to say that the second one fits more into the category of just disturbing than the first one? And the reason I ask that is, like, the first one's upsetting, right? The first one is the notion that your kid is not here. Your kid is in another dimension, essentially, with dead things that are clawing at them. And that's awful. And we got to go in to that zone to get them back. And there's some skepticism as to what's happening and so on and so forth. But and as much as I love the first one, that to me feels like a new take on Steven Spielberg's Poltergeist. Right? Have either of you seen?
I haven't seen.
Okay, I have not seen.
Okay, watch Poltergeist. Oh my goodness,
right.
It's
movie recommendation
again not a horror film. Because it's Steven Spielberg, right? So first of all, it's, even if it was a horror film, it's I'm telling you, it's Steven Spielberg. I feel like that you got to watch it anyways. But yeah, so it felt like a rehashing of that, and so that's scary and that's upsetting, and we don't know if we're going to get our kid back. The second one, I feel like the second one takes you on a little bit more of a journey as far as trying to trying to piece clues together, trying to figure out what exactly is going on, what the connection between things are.
Sure.
And just the disturbingness of the fact that Josh isn't Josh. And the family doesn't at first even realize that it's not Josh, that Parker Crane has left the further, that Josh is still trapped. Like, and the film does a great job of that too, because even once you know, wait, Parker Crane is in this body, the first time I watched it, I didn't realize, because it's not until like, a third of the way in the film that it cuts to Josh sitting at the piano in the further. So,
That's right.
So one could argue, and at least my perception of it the first time I watched it up until that point was, it kind of like in movies when someone gets possessed. Well, Josh is still in there, but Parker's also in there as well, and Josh is like kind of just going along for the ride. Like Parker Crane is the one at the wheel type thing. It wasn't until that moment that I realized, holy crap, Josh never even came back. Like Josh is still in the further. So, my question to you, Matt, do you think this one's more upsetting?
That's a very long question.
It is.
100%. Like, Insidious one, like I concur. Like your child's gone. He's trapped in like another dimension, or in the further. And the second one's like your dad is possessed by like a ghost, or like possessed by like another spirit. And I thought it goes back to the writing. Like the writing is impeccable between the first two. Like Pete and I were taking notes, and every time I saw something and they continued it either like throughout the movie or into the second one, I'm like, oh, like continuity confirmed. And there was only like maybe one or two things that the continuity wasn't there. I think it could have been a bit better in a sense of like having Kane being like looking around like who are you, or like like kind of like trying to like understand his environment, like either just like it doesn't have to be vocally, but like either just do like facial expressions like wife, you're my wife, like
I love you.
yeah and Pete and I were making fun of that kind of that bit because at first as the second one started, I thought, oh, it's a little bit of Josh and it's a little bit of like the spirit in there.
Yes,
it's like there wasn't like a clear cut way of showing that, oh, this is actually just Kane. But whatever, that's movies do that. And the other so like disturbing is a good word for it.
Yeah.
I was
going to go on, but
can I give my take on number two? Because we're kind of touching on how they relate to the other and they feed on the other.
No. So tell me,
my
Matt.
take.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
My take on number two is, it's cool that it ties back to number one. Like there's some wrinkles, some new context, new perspective, but I think I liked number one because it was more mysterious. And once we found who this Parker Crane guy was and that he was a serial killer, and there was all this whole backstory of him and how it got to Josh, it kind of was like the midichlorians in Star Wars. Like, I didn't really need to know this. I found it way more creepy personally, and other people might disagree because serial killers are creepy. I found it way more creepy when it was just some rando woman from the 1800s that was chasing him versus like, here's this backstory of this dude and this is how his mother screwed up his life. Like, I just found it was a little too deep into the weeds for me.
Okay.
But I appreciated that there were these wrinkles and this feeding back on number one, but in some ways I just really didn't like why, like, I'm not sure if it really needed to be two separate chapters, is what I'm trying to say.
And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I appreciate that. I think the reason why the second one does it so well for me is, especially like I said, the last 40 minutes. Once Josh goes, not Josh. Once, Josh is already in the further, but once we really start following Josh's journey in the further, his escape from the further.
Right.
I'm a big, as I've said in the past, I'm a big Back to the Future guy.
Oh yeah.
And one of the really fun things about Back to the Future Part 2, not a lot of people like it.
Sure.
Most people don't like the third one. I love all three. But one of the great things about Back to the Future Part 2 is when Marty ends up back at the dance in 1955, and you're seeing some of the same, you're seeing him sort of interact with an earlier version of himself. You're seeing the same scenes that you saw in the first one, but from a different angle. Sure. And this movie does that all over. And it's really one specific moment. The fact, and I don't know if this was planned. Like, I don't know if these films were written consecutively. I don't know if this is just genius after the fact writing for the second film. But the fact that the whole banging on the door and the door alarm going off and everything from the first one, the fact that ends up being future Josh in the further, to me, that is 5 minutes of screenwriting gold.
Absolutely.
Like, that's so good. And they even go a little further, because from there, or maybe it's right before that, Carl, Elise, and Josh travel back to whatever year it is, sometime like 71 or something. When Josh is a kid. And this creepy haunting thing where Josh says, "Here, I'll show you." He's talking to himself, and Elise has this great moment where older dead Elise realizes, like, all these years prior, saw the door open. There's like this panic where they're like, "Oh gosh, it's some
What's going on, guys?"
And she sees it open, and Elise says, "So that's what that was about."
It's almost comical,
and like, it's almost
comedic.
It's a funny moment, but it's like, that's so well written. I feel like, It's like, I truly think that the second film makes the first one. The second one, like, I'm okay if you want to argue that the second one isn't as good as the first. That's fine.
Oh, sure.
I would say that the second film makes the first film a better film.
Yeah, maybe. Like, you could have that argument. Like, that's a valid argument.
Like, now, if you go back and you watch the first Insidious movie, when that whole home invasion knocking on the door thing happens, you're going to see that scene from an entirely different perspective.
Right.
And that's exciting. That's to me that's I love that.
Yeah.
Just to touch more on the writing. Sorry, Pete. I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna tack on, the writing in is brilliant. Like, Brady 100%. When they, like, even looking at the cast members, the old woman in the first one isn't necessarily the same actor in the second one, because, like, the old woman's actually like a male, like, dressing up as a female. But even in the first one, it was a male dressing up as a female. Like, so they knew. It almost feels like just like It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, like the ones that just came out recently. How, like, there's the first one's pretty scary, and the second one explores more of the story to, like, kind of add more into the first one.
Yeah.
I agree.
Can I just say a plot point that bothered me, and Matt and I kind of made fun of it, but
okay,
honestly,
as long as you'll allow me to try to defend it, if I feel
no, you
so
cannot
inclined.
defend this. It's an absolute joke. I thought it was an absolute joke. The camera problem, quote unquote, that happened in Josh's pictures as a kid. And like his mother's like, oh, we thought something was wrong with the camera.
Yeah.
And we just kept taking pictures. I'm like, you are a horrible parent.
Yeah.
That's not a glare on the camera. That's literally a old ghost, like a old witch who's literally like trying to kill your son. Yeah. You should have done something about this like 20 years ago. Blaming it on the camera is an absolute like what a lazy parent.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
I did notice. I think because we see those pictures, we see them first in the first one,
sure,
and then in the second one we see them again in the the beginning of it, and that's sort of the flashback thing.
Yep.
And I do think if you compare those scenes side by side, I do think in the second one. They've gone back and they've muddled her a little more. Like they've okay. It's still clearly a woman, but sure. they've distorted her a little because in the first one when you see her, it's like she's standing right there.
Like
it's not even
like if you're not saying Hail Marys or whatever at this point, then that's
like. Honestly,
it was 3 years afterwards too, so probably people brought that up to like the writer and director and whoever, and just like made fun of that part of the movie. Like,
and I mean, from a plot point of view, like in this universe, if that guy had lived in the selfie era, maybe they would have diagnosed this problem a lot sooner.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree though, 100%. Yeah. But I do think they, I think they realized that it was an issue after the fact, but that always baffles me. That always baffles me in movies where there's a clear, whether it's a continuity error or it's just a massive plot hole. It always boggles me that like we live in a world where there are actually, depending on the film, hundreds, if not thousands, of people involved in making a film. I understand 1, 2, maybe 3 people overlooking the same issue.
Yeah.
But when 350 people go, nope, creepy lady in the picture seems right to me. That's okay. Next scene. Like that. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, how do you...
You done messed up.
Yeah, you done messed up,
exactly.
Ron. And, like...
Yeah, that's right.
So I agree. That's a major... That is a plot hole.
Brady, you're kind of bringing up something that I wanted to ask you guys, so I'm going to use this as a segue.
You're welcome. Well, I'm following your script, so...
Well, that's why we do these rehearsals. That's why, okay? So you mentioned...
We really don't. That's... I just want to say that's... If we were to do that, not only is that so disingenuous, but it's also like way more professionalism than either of us will ever be capable of. None of this is scripted.
I would not say that, not that we're capable of, not that we have time for. Like, we're both all three of us are very busy people, so to carve time out just to have an hour-long conversation about a movie is tough, but let alone scripting it and then rehearsing it would be just impossible.
Okay, now it's just a pity party.
You should have said we spend time rehearsing and then scripting, not the other way around.
Yeah, stick to the script, man.
Okay, so Brady, you mentioned just the sheer volume of people that obviously it just takes to make a movie. Just whether it be the boom mic guy to the guy who brings lattes for the creative team, like just hundreds of people. I've always been fascinated by actors, and I just want to know, like, maybe it's just more of a statement. I just want, like, maybe you guys can do this. Maybe I'm not an actor and there's a reason for that. But what's the mood like on the sets of these movies? Because for me, it's so easy to get caught up into it and be terrified because it's a dark hallway and there's lighting is perfect to set it up and there's no sounds and there's no like there's special effects. But for the actor on set, there's like 20 people watching him look at the ghost in the closet. There's like no sound effects, no effects. There's no mystery. I've always been fascinated by that. I think that would be tough to actually do that.
I have some insight into this, so I'll let you go first, Matt.
Yeah.
No comment.
Thanks, man. So I was actually just coincidentally I was just watching an interview with Ewan McGregor about Dr. Sleep,
Right.
and someone asked him, like, did you ever get scared on the set?
Yeah.
And he said two things. He said, when you're in a role, like it's the fear and the terror of the situation is definitely something that they are manufacturing.
Sure.
And from an actor's standpoint, really not focusing on. The actors, like the filmmakers, the script writers, the directors, the editors, they're focusing on making it scary.
Yep.
The actors are focusing on their character.
Right.
And how their character would respond to the circumstances. So he said, in that sense, no, it's not scary on set. He said, however, he said, like in the case of Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining.
Yep. Matt is well aware of that.
Pete and I are going to watch it.
They had rebuilt sections of the hotel for the film, right?
Oh wow!
And he said, so there were some moments where you would have to, in order to enter set, in order to get onto set from the right angle or whatever, you'd have to walk down a couple of like hallways that were dimly lit and were very clearly the hotel from The Shining. And so he said, so there were some moments where actually just being behind the scenes on set was a dark, creepy, pull you into, which to me is exciting because we live in a world where it's easier to blue screen or green screen the set. And so I love practical set building and practical sets. To me, that's exciting. The fact that when they shot Titanic, they built like a quarter of the ship. They built like a big set, like it's this massive undertaking. And nowadays that wouldn't, they'd build an even smaller section and
I heard for some parts.
It.
So for some parts of Titanic, even they wanted it so authentic that they actually put Leo in a scuba suit and had him walk in the actual halls of the sunken Titanic, just because the sets didn't do it justice.
That is false.
That's not true?
Story confirmed?
No, it's false. And it's just false from a site. Like, there's too much water pressure. You can't.
The pressure would just turn him into a jelly bean.
People have been down, but they go down in like little submarine things. I know. That's good try though.
Maybe one person believed that.
So, here's a question. I'm gonna just mention two things, and then I want your opinion on them, both of you. What's a moment from each film, from the first and the second, that you think did a really good job of being just freaky, like it had a really great horror element to it? I'm going to say two. I'm going to say for the first one, and these aren't necessarily the best moments, but they're just like they were such good moments. There were moments that gave me goosebumps a little bit. One is in the first one when Josh has reached the further, and he's exploring the house, and there is the family, like the sort of the 50s nuclear family type thing, sitting in the living room, all sort of in like pantomime, in tableau, right?
Sure.
And they've got like weird smiles on their face and whatever, and that's creepy in and of itself. But the moment where he approaches the woman who's standing up at the ironing board, and it cuts into a shot where, and I don't know why this makes it so much creepier, but where all of a sudden she blinks,
right,
and it's not like a scary blink.
No.
There's no big clash of sound effect or music or whatever, but it's just this,
piano.
and he just kind of backs away, and it's like, and to me that moment gets my heart racing, because it's like, yes, it was scary to begin with, but maybe your mind could connect what you were seeing with just like figures in a wax museum or something. Sure. Right, yeah. like an illusion, some sort of trick of the mind that these spirits are playing on you, type thing. But when she blinks, it all of a sudden gave it this like, she could just grab me kind of essence. And to me, that was like it was a small subtle thing that was that. And in the second one, when they're in Parker Crane's house, and they bust through the wall and they find all the victims. All the victims of all Parker Crane's victims are sitting there, and they have the white sheets over their heads. Just those victims sitting there with the white sheets over their heads. To me, again, that was, I don't know, like it was just really, I was scared of these figures in the white sheets.
I just want to say those are pretty sturdy bodies.
Very.
You know, because after decay and stuff,
it's been years.
Yeah, they have no business being there.
No.
Like they should just be piles of dust.
Piles of ooey goo. Matt, what's a moment from the first and second one that, you know, really hits that horror sweet spot of yours?
I agree. Like, I love yours because, like, I said no when you were talking about it because I'm like, that's the one I wanted to talk about.
Oh.
But I'll add on to that and then give you the other one that I really liked.
Sure.
Thanks, Pete. The thing I liked about that scene as well, Brady, is that it's like they had, like, you hear the gun go off, and then he goes back into Josh goes back into the room and sees like the one lady with the shotgun with like the three family members like dead or whatever. But it's like when he doesn't look, they move, and it happens like a couple more times, and that is creepy. So it's like when you blink, when you turn around, they move, and it brings me right back to I don't know if you guys seen the first episode of when they rebooted Doctor Who, and the mannequins will move, and that's like you turn your back to them and they get closer, or like the weeping angels from Doctor Who as well, like when you blink they come at you type thing. So that's kind of like what that I love that scene. I thought that's such a classic scene. The other one I really enjoyed that startled me was when I forget what was Josh's wife's name? I forget.
Renee.
Renee, yeah. When Renee's like, something gets her up. She's in looking at the baby and stuff, and then she sees like evil Loki. I don't know what he looks like. He looks like evil Loki, like walking on the balcony. And he walks back and forth like 3 or 4 times, and then he walks to the right, and then when he walks back to the left, he's suddenly in the room.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that's startled me. You're like, whoa! Like I wasn't expecting that. That's like it's like that's like brilliant like film editing and cutting and stuff. But like, and then he like turns and screams, with just like him like coming in, and you're like, oh my gosh, evil Loki, and then
he did look like Loki.
he looked like Loki.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That was
yeah. It was okay.
The second one,
we can come back if you want to think about it.
Yeah, we'll come back. Let's come
sure.
back.
All right. What about you, Pete?
So, yeah, Brady, you hit the nail on the head. I wasn't gonna. It's either between what you said or a different one, and I'm going to say a different one just to mix it up. But I think why I like the scene you picked in number 1 is, to me, there's the greatest fear comes from normal things in an abnormal setting. So if like there's nothing scary about models of people like a nuclear family from the 1950s. Like there's nothing scary about them. But when they're in an abnormal setting and with the light and the direction and the music, it's terrifying. Like, it's terrifying. And it's so well done. So I love how these normal, innocent things are absolutely terrifying. That there's just something I want to say even magical or just well done about that. But just to be different, I'm going to pick the scene where Josh and the crew are all hanging out in the kitchen, and then you look behind and you see Darth Maul behind him. And that scene, when I first saw it, and even when I saw the trailers, like, I had to pause it and, like, watch it slowly to not poop my pants, just to be like, okay, it's just a man wearing a mask. Like, that scene was lightning.
Just real quick, do you find, like, all of the first appearances of the red-faced demon are frightening? Do you find he lost... Do you find he loses kind of his scary factor once we get into his den and you realize he's like this weird, like, I think what took it too far was the goat legs. Right?
Maybe.
The hooves. And it's just like this, like, he becomes a little bit creepy again when he's chasing Dalton down the hallway and he's like climbing along the side of the wall. Like, that was that kind of but that whole...
He lost it.
I don't know. The whole scene with, like, that he's sticking his tongue out and he's sharpening his nails on the... Like, it just took him from this supernatural entity to more of, like, a beast kind of... I don't know. Like, that just killed that for me.
You're not alone. I felt the same. Yeah.
So what about for the second one?
My favorite scene from the second one is in the hospital when Josh's mama is on the elevator and then Parker Crane comes on.
Oh, yeah.
That scene is just so well done. It's just, you're uncomfortable. You feel isolated. Matt and I were commenting, and I think Matt even brought it up, like, the camera angles, you never see Parker's face. And I just love how it's just, from beginning to end, even the music playing in the elevator, beginning to end, I felt uncomfortable because I felt as isolated as her being alone on the elevator with this. And you knew something was weird. Either he's going to attack her or he's dead. And I think that scene was well done from a creative point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Matt, what'd you come up with?
Matt?
Sorry, I was just like thinking back to that scene with Parker Crane on the elevator. Yeah, it was good. Sorry, I was just like kind of like reliving in my head.
Reliving it.
Reliving in my head. I can't really say. I know that there's a lot of another disturbing thing about the second one was how the bride in black actually came to be. So, like, from the abuse from Parker's mother's hand, like saying like your name is, I think it's like, it was like he only said it once, like Marilyn or something. I think it was Marilyn. Like, your name is Marilyn. Yeah. Say it. My name is Marilyn. And then he has to, like, forcibly had to say it. That's just, and then, like, and that actually ties back into, like, when Renee gets hit and, like, don't you dare, and then she gets slapped.
Yeah.
That's what happens to Parker.
Yeah.
And that just, like, again, it goes back to the writing, but that kind of, like, that they actually, like, built a character that we didn't really know, but we personally got to know Parker / Marilyn / the Bride in Black more in the second one than just, like, this scary thing following Josh around since he was a kid. So I liked how they built on that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. Did you guys find the death of Carl to be just a stressful scene? Like, when Parker reveals to Carl, you know, like, why don't you use your dice? Mother told me that you were using them at the house earlier. Mother says you're really good with your dice. And it's so, and that's such a great moment because it's got two different meanings to two different people. Because although it's Parker and Carl was there with Parker Crane's mother, he was also there, like at the house prior, using his dice with Josh's mother. And so it's you don't know you don't know if he's like, in that moment, you don't know if Parker Crane is being honest about, I was talking to my mother, you know, like I was talking to Parker Crane's mother, or if he's playing up this whole I'm Josh thing still. And so then when Carl goes to use the dice and he goes, what does Josh have?
Crane.
Yeah, he says Josh at first.
Yeah, sorry.
And then he pauses and he goes, what does Parker Crane have behind his back? And you see Josh's face turn to go from like this smile to this, now I am going to kill you. Like, you know, like, yeah, that was, so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, in that, like, that kind of like reminds me of like kind of like some of the weak points in Insidious 2, where like I feel like Parker Crane had a ton of like easy, like times when like people were knocked out, people are unconscious, people are like had like a needle stuck in them and got knocked out. So many times like he could have like killed them, but he didn't. He just kind of just like, oh, you're knocked out, you're dead type thing. And how they like, and like when Carl met Josh in the Further, like Josh was like, sorry buddy, you're dead. And then like Carl's like, yep, guess so. And then like it's like he's never like, so that is the movie saying like, oh, like Carl's now like, you know, dead, so he's a spirit. But when it's like revealed to him through Elise that, oh, you're not actually dead, I felt your heart,
I felt your heartbeat,
you're still alive. It's like, so wouldn't he just be knocked out? Why is he in the astral plane? Can he like astral project onto the other people, or I'm confused. So that's like my one like
plot
movie thing I didn't really agree with.
Yeah,
that's a very good point. That's a very good point.
All right, Pete.
Yeah.
Do you have trivia or do you not?
Yeah, I had to scrape the bottom of the barrel, so it's.
You say that. You say that an unfortunate amount of the time.
Some movies are just super easy to find trivia. Like Star Wars, like I have to like beat an old lady with a stick just to not get trivia. But
can I say I do enjoy? I enjoy the trivia on episodes where we have a guest, because I get to play against the guest. I'm excited.
Ooh.
I have an opponent. Like that's you know.
Fair.
So bring it, Matt.
Okay.
All right, game on.
Here you go, boys. Question number 1. This is not a multiple choice. Like, you have to tell me. Okay, so just prepare. The composer Joseph Bishara also acts in this film. What role did he perform?
Joseph what? Bishara?
Bishara. B-I-S.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him.
What? Oh, sorry. He was the lipstick face demon.
Like the red face demon?
Yeah.
That is correct. 1 point for Matt.
Wow.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you for giving me a chance to guess, Pete.
Hey, you know, at this point, you'd either be copying him or...
Are we not going to both, like, submit answers and then...
That's fair.
No, that's... Hey, whatever. You know.
Yeah,
if it's a multiple choice...
Who gets it.
Yeah.
Thanks, partner.
Rapid fire. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're correct. That was him. Which I also didn't realize his name was Lipstick Face Demon.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
That is his name.
In the credits, yeah.
Okay.
That is the name. Like, I think he's commonly referred to as Darth Maul and anything other than lipstick, but anyway. Patrick Wilson plays Josh in this movie. He's in a lot of stuff. And specifically, I've mainly seen him in horror movies. However, can you name a non-horror musical film that Patrick Wilson starred in?
Musical? Oh, man, I was going to say...
musical. I was going to say Watchmen.
Oh, shoot. What were you going to say, Brady?
I was going to say Watchmen because he plays Night Owl.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say Watchmen too, yeah.
But a musical.
Yes.
I mean, there's music in Watchmen.
I heard there was a secret chord.
Yeah, so you start singing the music from the sex scene. Yeah, that's oh
dear.
I don't know. I don't think whatever it is, I haven't seen it.
So not even no guesses?
Cats.
Matt?
I'm gonna say
Fiddler on the Roof. Like what's
I'm gonna say the dude wears a mask. That's all I'm gonna say.
That like you don't have a name, you just have like that's your guess?
Yeah.
I don't even like. Okay, well, I'm gonna say I guess I'll give.
No, obviously
Brady's
I'm
wrong.
Yeah, obviously I'm wrong.
Point,
Trying to decide if I'm going to give Matt half a point or not. So it's the 2004 movie Phantom of the Opera, starring Gerard Butler.
He's in that?
Yeah. Yes. He plays the stiff who, like, the romantic interest that is not the Phantom.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'll give
the guy that's doomed to not get the girl.
Yes. You know what? In some circumstances, I might give Matt half a point for that, but I'm not going to because
he's already in the lead.
Exactly, and there's only one question left, so I got to make
Fair
this
enough.
exciting.
Okay, which means, Matt, that this final question is worth 2 points.
Okay.
That's true.
Fine. Either he wins by 1 or I win by a lot.
Yeah.
There you go. True or false?
True.
It's true or false to settle the fates here. Chris Pratt turned down the role of Josh Lambert.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say false.
I'm gonna say false.
False. However, Ethan Hawke did turn down the role.
That's right. It was Ethan Hawke.
Yep.
Do you know?
So
my reasoning behind it is awful.
Sure.
Like, what year was this film made?
2010.
2010.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, my reasoning is because in 2010, Chris Pratt was still
not good looking.
A pretty large guy. Yeah, that's true. And he was known more for comedy. Like he was just the big funny guy.
Right. Yeah. So that wraps up. Do we have anything else to say about Insidious?
Well, I just want to know, Matt, scale of 1 to 10. Where do you place Insidious Chapter 1, and where do you place Insidious Chapter 2?
Insidious Chapter 1, I would give a solid 8.7.
Ooh, wow. That's high.
That is good.
And then I would give Insidious Chapter 2, I would honestly give it like a 5, but since it adds to the story so well, I'm going to bump it up to like probably a 6.
Okay. So significantly lower, but still above 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Pete?
So
before you even say, like, here's the problem with Pete's scoring.
There's some mystery behind it.
First of all, nobody knows anything about this. Second of all,
the scale that I use is what you're referring to.
Nobody knows anything about a scale. And second of all, Pete's like I can't tell you how many times Pete has been like, so based on my scale, I gave it a 3.2, but that's still actually a really good score because, and I'm like, what?
What is it, out of 5 or something?
No, it's out of 10. No, it's out of 10.
It's out of 10.
But on Pete's scale, like low numbers aren't always necessarily indicative of a bad film. They just are, which is the most arbitrary. I'm giving it a 3.2 because when the movie ended, it was 3.20. But I actually really enjoyed it. So it was,
I think the more I've whittled it down, it's a movie that indicates how well it was, or it's a scale that indicates how well the movie was made and how reflective of it was worth what medium I see it in. So if it's a 7 or above, totally worth seeing in theater. If it's like 4 to 7, yeah, I'd rent it, maybe buy it. But if it's 3.9 or lower, the only way on God's green earth I'm watching that is if there's no Wi-Fi at the cottage and it's raining and I've already watched everything else.
And it's got to be on, like, in that scenario, it's always on VHS. There's no DVDs at the cottage.
That's right. Anyway, so I
Like
used
Beta
this
or
mysterious... Yeah, exactly. I used this mysterious scale, which I will make public someday, maybe. The first one, I'd agree the same. I gave it a higher rating than number 2. So number 1, I gave 5.5. And number 2, I gave 4.4.
Okay, so but both, so then both fall within the rent maybe buy category. So that's good.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Brady, but where'd you... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's your scale of these two movies while watching it with your buddy Matt?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
What would you rate these movies while you're watching them with me? Would you rate them higher or would you rate them the same? Because like if you watch them by yourself, alone in a dark room, not in your basement with a light on.
Right. Hey, whoa, you're letting out too many state secrets here.
Someone's fishing for an ego boost here. That's what this is.
I don't know how to answer that because I enjoyed them more watching them with you, but I don't know if I deemed them better movies as a result.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Comedies.
What's that?
I made them into comedies for you.
You did, like hardcore.
So
like I got an ab workout from laughing.
Yeah. Okay.
Brady?
Yes, dear.
Well, that's weird. What did you think of the movies?
I liked it.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would you rank them on a scale of 10?
A scale of 1 to 10. I would give. So I'm gonna change things up a little bit here, versus what you guys said. Insidious Chapter 1, I would give a 6.5.
Cool.
Insidious Chapter 2, I would give a 7.5.
Wow.
And after watching Insidious Chapter 2, I would bump Insidious Chapter 1 from 6.5 up to a 7. Because again, I think the second movie improves the first movie. It services it. It makes it, genuinely the first time I watched Insidious Chapter 2, I thought to myself, now I have to go back and watch the first one again.
Right. Right. Interesting.
So, yeah.
Good answer. Can I say one thing that I wanted, like my final comment on these movies?
I guess.
And it's really quick.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Super quick. But it's really important. I can't not say it.
Okay.
F that loud, obnoxious sitting station toy in number 2, which for 2 reasons.
Is there one of those in your house right now?
No. One, screw it for 2 reasons. One, because no parent would ever buy that in their right mind. Like, it was so loud and obnoxious that even if it's a cute toddler using it, I would just be so annoyed by it. Reason number 2, screw that loud, obnoxious toy. Sure, fool me once, like you jump scare me once in a query ghost setting, fine, that's okay. But spook me twice. In the words of Matt, that thing is getting thrown in the lake so darn fast. Like, I have no patience for that piece of crap. I'm sorry, that had to be said. Like, screw that thing.
Man,
burn it. Yeah. That had to be said.
I'm really glad you said that because up until now, I had really been struggling with what to get your daughter for Christmas. So
Nice.
I just,
that's brutal.
Made the top of the list.
I think,
our fans won't support us on Patreon. They're all just going to buy that and send it to my house just to troll.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm going to start a GoFundMe.
Fair enough.
That story of you, like when I said, like, throw that thing in the lake, that reminds me of that. There's a video out there, and it's like a haunted house or something, and it starts haunting the couple, and the couple, and like it almost looks like it like portrays it like the man got like it like turned him and it was gonna burn his family or kill his family or whatever, and then next thing you know, like he just like sets the whole house on fire, and him and his wife are like standing outside like watching like this house, that like this haunted house, like go up in flames, and like the wife looks at him and is like, "Do you think we made the right decision?" He's like, "Yup," and then like and it just goes to black. Like that's what you do. Haunted house, burn it down.
Same with spider-infested homes.
Yeah. So, what did you watch this week, Matt?
In regards to
Just in general,
Okay,
did you
pass
watch
it off
anything
to
other
Pete.
than Insidious?
No, I didn't.
No, that's exciting. Okay, Pete, your turn.
Oh man. Okay. Watched a little movie called the what was the movie you made me watch? The Haunting of Emily Rose.
Did you watch the okay, so where we left things, I said, hey, there's two films.
Right.
There's Exorcism of Emily Rose and there's Dennis the Menace. Dennis the Menace is the one that you're going to feel happy about. Exorcism of Emily Rose, I think, is a really interesting film, the way it's told.
Sure.
And I kind of left that up to you. You chose The Exorcism of Emily Rose?
I did.
I'm so... I can't tell you how excited... How not what I thought was going to happen, and also how exciting that is. So what'd you think?
So I think the title of this movie is a misnomer. I think it should be like... It's more of a courtroom case study movie than it is like the typical here's an exorcism.
The trial of Father, whatever his name is.
Yeah, and they're totally different. And I love me some courtroom case study movies. So I, along with other peoples, would likely have watched this a long time ago if I had known how much more like that it was.
Sure.
But essentially, I have more interest on it from a historical point of view, just because this is based on a real person
true story,
who was in Germany. And just regardless of whatever you believe, I do feel bad for this girl who desperately needed to go to a hospital for some interventions because she clearly wasn't able to make some decisions on her own for her own choices. But it was an interesting movie, and it was well done, and it was told in a way that was interesting. I like the cutting, the way they cut to and fro, like back and forth, and it was good.
I'm really excited to hear you say that. Like, excuse me. As I said last week, the moments that are meant to be scary are upsetting. Like,
sure,
they're graphic and they're it's hard to watch in moments, but it's just so the film kind of leaves it up to you. What do you think happened? What do you think the truth was?
And I wasn't as scared of it because, one, I watched it on my throughout the week on my breaks at work, so I was in public settings when I watched it.
Wow.
But number two, I'm familiar with the historical actual case, and just there's a lot of pros and cons of, is this supernatural, is it not? I'm leaning towards I don't think it was. But so maybe that kind of steered me towards, maybe that's why I wasn't as scared about the movie. But it was definitely an interestingly made movie.
Yeah. For sure.
I gave it a 7.2 out of 10. So that's
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
You're almost watching it in theaters.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by that. Did you watch anything else?
I only watched one other movie, so I hope you haven't seen it, or else I don't know what we're doing for recommendation. It's related, like the reason I watched it was because the actor's in it, and he's just recently been announced that he'll play an important character in an upcoming Batman movie. But I watched Matthew McConaughey's Sahara.
I have seen it, not in years, not recently enough for me to be able to give you an opinion without rewatching it.
Cool.
So,
cool.
Also, just because we're the movie men, it is worth noting that has not been confirmed yet.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, it's not been confirmed. What's closer to an official statement that we have is that Andy Serkis is they're lining up to potentially have Andy Serkis play Alfred. And Colin Farrell play the Riddler? No. Someone. I can't remember who it is now. But Colin Farrell play somebody. What an all-star cast. But anyways, I'm excited to watch that. Yeah. It's Sahara's a film that the critics hated. and tanked at the box office, and many people still say is an awful film. My memory of it is that it's delightful and funny, and just kind of an when you're wanting to watch a movie and you don't really, you don't, maybe you've had a long stressful day at work or something, and you don't really want to put the brain power towards investing in something, and so you just kind of, to me, Sahara, from my memory, Sahara falls into that category perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So I watched several films.
Cool.
I watched The Triangle.
I started watching that and I couldn't do it.
So
bad.
So there's
I
several.
turned it off within 5 minutes.
There are several films called Triangle. You wanted me to watch the 2009 one, right?
No, the 2001.
Oh, okay. So what I would say is check out the 2009 one.
Okay, I will.
And I'll watch the 2001.
Are you stupid?
Wow, that's rude.
I'm sorry.
No,
it's been a long day.
Check out the
and
2009
I came home
one.
and I should have just watched Sahara and relaxed instead of watching The Triangle.
No, that's fine. Check out the 2009 one. It's not good.
Okay.
It's not good at all. So
did you watch that by mistake then?
I did. Oh, I totally did. Yeah,
okay.
Totally.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah. 2 other films.
Sure.
One that I was going to recommend to you.
Sure.
But have decided not to for 2 reasons.
Okay.
One, it's a little too in the vein of The Jerk and Ernest and stuff like that.
Bless you for not recommending it.
And the other reason is I hope and intend, and I'm going to do everything I can to get us to do an episode on this movie at some point. So I kind of want to leave that. So that film is the first feature-length film of Tim Burton.
Oh.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. So it's interesting. It's it's fun. It's funny. It's goofy funny.
Right.
But yeah, it's focused around a character, much the same way that Ernest was, and whatever else, right? The other film that I watched that I am going to recommend is a romantic comedy.
Cool.
Again, kind of a silly one, but just fun.
Sure.
And that is a Steve Martin movie from the 80s called Roxanne.
Ooh. Oh, never seen it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Cool.
Starts out a little slow, and you kind of like, okay, is like the acting's a little weird, and the line delivery is awkward, and the sound's kind of odd. But the story's good. The story's really good.
Cool.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of,
that wraps it up.
That's kind of it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, man.
My goodness, Matt. Thank you for...
Thanks, Grandma.
Thanks. And thank you, audience, for tiptoeing through the tulips with us on this episode. What a great... that's my other critique. I wish that song had somehow made it into the second one. Even though it would have felt like it was forced in there, it's such a like a calling card of the first film.
Right.
Oh
yeah.
The Tiny Tims, like it's so good.
Now every time Matt sings it, it just gives me night terrors.
For a while, when I first saw Insidious, I made that song or a clip of that song my ringtone on my cell phone for a while.
You are a crazy son of a gun.
So okay, thanks everyone, and until next time.
Yeah. Throw out your loud, obnoxious children play centers.
Yeah, do that.
Do it.